Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Purgatory, and I'm going to be talking about the Black Ops 4 beta, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I was a little on edge about this beta, like about this game just in general, because of the healing system, because of the specialists and the control mode, a bunch of other stuff that they're adding to the game, kind of like body armor, shotguns being a secondary. But yeah, but all in all, I think this was a great beta. This beta was actually it was fun. The healing system was actually really well done. The time to kill in this game is probably the slowest in the Call of Duty franchise. And for good reason, because they wanted to actually make the weapons out of the characters out of the weapons, basically, that you wield and all that stuff. And I was really on the edge if I wanted to get this game at launch or not, and I can fairly say that I will be getting at this game at launch, and I know I will be getting it at launch no matter what, because of zombies. I'm a huge zombies fan, and the fact that we're getting like 3 zombie maps on disc and 1 extra map classified if you get the Black Ops Pass, which I still don't kind of agree with, but we're getting it anyways. That's how it's going to be anyways. But with the multiplayer beta, we are going actually to be... I'm also curious about how the Battle Royale works, and we will be getting a beta for that in September, so I'm pretty excited to check that out and make another feedback video for you guys, my thoughts on it. But with this, I'm going to talk about some pros, and I do want to get one of the pros out of the way now, because this is kind of just for the beta in general. The beta was content packed. There was so much content in this beta. It's probably, I think, the most content in a beta in like all of Call of Duty. It came with 10 specialists, 6 maps, I think 16 guns, like all in all, and I think 10 or 13 score streaks. So I think 12 score streaks. But yeah, there was a lot of content. There were 4 maps when the beta started, but then they added 2 more to the stuff, and these were the 6 maps that they added, like not in order, but they added Gridlock, Frequency, Seaside, Contraband, Hacienda, and Payload. And we do know that there are 5 maps already, or 4 or 5 maps already confirmed, which Nuketown, Jungle, Firing Range. I think Raid. I'm not too sure about Raid, but I do know there's a Black Ops 2 map in there as well, and I didn't really look into that. I can't remember all the names for all the maps, to be honest with you. But so far we're getting I think 11 maps. That's 11 maps already confirmed. That's already, I think, almost more than what World War II had at launch. And the thing is, those aren't even all of the maps. Like, I think they're gonna add more. I think this is gonna be the biggest game when it comes to Black Ops, like when it comes to Call of Duty. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my pros out of the way, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about my cons. So number 1, the healing mechanic, I think, is a fantastic step in the right direction. It now gives you more control, makes you more involved in the fight. So like you can now pick and choose your battles. Like if you get shot at, you don't have to like go and sit somewhere for like 4 or 5 seconds while you wait for your health to come back up. You can now just do it yourself with the press of a button without having to wait. Sure, there is a recharge time, but the recharge time is not that much of a wait. And like even if you don't have stim shot, like if you have stim shot, it's like almost instantly recharged. But if you don't have stim shot, it's slightly slower, and that's still not even as bad. But yeah, the healing mechanic, I think, is definitely their step in the right direction, and I really do think it's a great addition to the game. Another thing, specialists. They did talk heavily about the specialists, but the thing is, what I was concerned about is specialists being 100% reliable. And I'm happy to say that specialists aren't actually 100% reliable, other than Ajax and Torque. So Ajax has a riot shield that he can stick a machine pistol through. I don't know what their thought of was putting that in there, but they should probably limit his ammo that he has, because every time you can just spray through that shield and it doesn't seem like you're running out of ammo at all. So I feel like they should do a good nerf to Ajax, especially since he is a riot shield guy. They should either make it to where his gun is super weak, like where it's actually just a stun gun, or, well, then again, there's Prophet. That would make Prophet kind of useless, but they should basically make that gun that he has kind of a pea shooter. Like, I don't know, but and also Torque. I think Torque is 100% reliable, and in a good way, because he has ways that you can block off certain parts of the map, and his special is a wall that you can put down that actually comes in clutch a few times, especially when my buddy and I were playing Control on Contraband. I put barbed wire in one section and one of the special wall in the other section, and this wall has a microwave, kind of like the Guardian from Black Ops 2, but this time it's an ultimate. So you put that wall down, and we were holding it for the longest time. We actually won that round because of that. Like, our team was not doing good with kills, but we were able to hold that stuff down because it was me and him just holding it down. And yeah, Torque is he's very good. He's really reliable, but in a good way. I did like Nomad, I did like Ruin, I did like all of the operators. Crash was actually pretty useful too, but that they weren't 100% reliable. Treyarch did specify that they wanted to make characters out of their weapons, and with this game I think they really nailed that on the head really, really well. And yeah, so there were 2 game modes added to this game. One of them, or 2 game modes that we know about now, but one of them being Heist, which is actually announced before Weekend 2 was even happening. Before Weekend 2, the day before Weekend 2 went live. And then there was Control, which was announced when the game was announced. And these are fantastic additions to the game. I think Heist, the game mode, was the best thing they ever added to Call of Duty since War. Like the War game mode in World War II, Call of Duty World War II. And because basically it's a mixture of CSGO, Battle Royale, and Payday, where you, like, CSGO wise, being that there's a money system to where you buy your weapons, you buy all your stuff, you buy armor at the beginning of every round, all that stuff. But with Battle Royale is there's looting. There you can loot ammo, you can loot health. That's basically it. And then what I mean by Payday is basically the objective. So the objective is it's a 5v5, and you guys are able to go up against each other, obviously, and it's 1 life only. So it's also kind of a search and destroy kind of thing with it too. So the team that grabs the cash or kills the enemy team, and I mean, there's a bonus in grabbing the cash. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. There's a bonus grabbing the cash. That if you do, so if you kill the other team, you basically win already. And yeah, and I think what's going on the screen is Heist gameplay as well. And this is possibly going to be one of my my main game modes to play when this game comes out. And Control is right behind it. I think Control is a fantastic, and it fits really well with this concept, like with Call of Duty in general. It fits so well because there's limited lives, and there's 2 points where it's attack and defend. Or attack or defend, and I don't know. It's fantastic with the limited lives. I think it's very team oriented. They really wanted to go team oriented with this game, and it works. They did a really good job with it. The PC version of this game is actually a very good PC, actual PC version. Usually when it comes to Call of Duty, they're kind of just ports from the console over to the PC, just with native mouse and keyboard, mostly. But I had more fun playing on PC than I did on console, in my opinion at least. There were a few stuttering issues that I was having in the PC version, like frame rate wise. There are some settings I had to turn down, but I was still peaking no matter what, except for the map Gridlock. Gridlock needs some optimization. There's a few performance issues there, but when it came to the game running, I was running a consistent 100 frames on my computer, and that's very well optimized for what the game is, especially running it at very high. So that's definitely a plus for me. The console version, I just did not have as much fun on the console than I did PC. PC, I actually max rank to 40. And if you max rank in the beta, you actually got a permanent unlock token when the game launches, which means you get a free weapon basically that you can keep throughout the whole game, like from launch. So go me. I won't be able to do that on console, and I will be buying it on console and PC because, you know, that's just how I work. So yeah. That's really all the pros in here that I have. There are a few cons that I had. The biggest one being I had a lot. I will not lie with you guys. I had a lot of desync issues. That's gonna probably frustrate some people. It did frustrate me. It frustrated me very much. But there were quite a few times to where I was hitting my shots. I hit my shots way more than the other guy did. But he just melted me no matter what. There was a few desync issues like where I would get behind cover and I was still being hit. So there's a few issues that I do think need to be worked on, and I'm positive that Treyarch can fix it. That's why there's a beta, and they did say that they track everything. They track literally everything that goes on the game. Every bullet hit, every time like something happens, there's a glitch and stuff. And you know, I did experience these issues, but they did say that they were on top of it, so I'm going to trust them with that because it is Treyarch, and they're usually pretty good at keeping this stuff on top of it. Because Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 1 were all fantastic multiplayers, and I'm pretty sure this one will not be far behind because it does feel like Black Ops 3, but without the jetpacks. This is the game that Black Ops 3 should have been. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't mind jetpacks in Black Ops 3, I actually think they were okay. The wall running is what got me. I didn't like the wall running at all. But anyways, back to Black Ops 4. Yeah, the desync issues, they did say they were fixing, and I hope they are fixed when the game comes out. But also, I'm going to talk about a few of the weapons. So, going back to the specialist thing, Ajax's shield, like his ult is just way too strong. I do think it needs a nerf. Body armor, it's dumb. It's really dumb because you can become a bullet sponge if you put on body armor. And I do think it's going to be in the Battle Royale mode because there is small, medium, and heavy body armor when you're playing the heist mode. So I'm really nervous about that because it just seems way too strong. Because you basically become a bullet sponge, especially with the amount of health that you already have, and like the certain weapons that you use. There's just a lot to worry about when it comes to the body armor. I'm not too sure how I feel about the body armor. Like, I am sure I don't like it. I don't like the body armor. I think it needs to either be removed or nerfed, like toned down way much. And yeah, I'm really concerned about it. But I'm gonna go to one of the weapons, which is the Auger DMR, or I guess you could say just the tactical rifles in general. I feel like they are way too strong. They're good, but I think they outgun basically every other gun that you see. But the Auger DMR in general, if you slap a red dot onto it and you have like rapid fire or something, you probably don't even need rapid fire, but you can basically like 2 or 3 shot somebody when somebody has to like unload like half their mag on you and hit every single shot. You have to be accurate in this game. There is a lot of reliability on your accuracy in this game, which I feel like they were aiming for. But I do think that they can still nerf the tactical rifles just a little bit. Other than that, with the cons, I didn't have many cons with this game. There was just a few OP things. There were just, you know, just a few things in there. I do like the predictive recoil. On the PC version, it doesn't seem, it's not too noticeable unless you're using SMGs. My favorite being the 9mm SMG, which is the best gun in the game. Reminds me of the MSMC, and I love the MSMC, so I love this gun as well. Yeah, it's just, this beta was pretty solid so far. Like, I did have a few glitches and a few crashing issues. There were quite a few glitches, like especially when it came to heist and like the modes that had to do with like limited lives. Like it were like 1 life. It showed every time you died, it showed like made it look like that your teammate was still alive, even though your whole team was dead. But it would transfer the enemy team to where it would look like your team. So I think they need to work on that as well. I mean, that's not too big of an issue. This was a pretty solid beta. There were, yeah, there are the bugs that you should expect when it comes to a beta. But like, I think this was the most solid beta to go in like Call of Duty history. I think there were a few decent issues. I didn't have, but that's really the biggest complaint that I have. And some OP weapons I do believe that they are going to tone down. And one specific map, this is my last thing before I end this video. So there's one specific map called Hacienda and one specific mode that it does not work on, which is Control. Control does not work on Hacienda at all. The B point is fine. The B point when it comes to Hacienda is completely fine, but the A point is where I get really frustrated, because the A point is in a wide open space where basically in the middle of that square is a bunch of balconies looking down on A, and basically people can just head peek you, like they can head glitch you and just completely lock down that A point so easily, and it makes it so difficult to try to get it. And it just, like, basically every time you defend on that mode, it's really easy to defend on Hacienda and Control. So I do think that they should probably move the A point, or add more cover to the A point. Yeah, so yeah. Anyways, that's really all my thoughts. I do think I do recommend picking up this game if you are a fan of Call of Duty. It's not completely game changing, but the healing does make it different from the others. I feel like that this game will still have an identity to itself, basically being because of the healing mechanics and the time to kill, and basically like the weapon characteristics. There was a lot of small details that I noticed in this game that really charmed me a little bit. Like, man, I kind of fell for this game for a little bit, and I'm really excited to see what they do with Battle Royale, and I'm really excited to play some zombies. Really excited for the Blood of the Dead remake, all that stuff. But yeah, that's my opinion. What do you guys think about the Black Ops 4 beta? Did you like the PC version more than the console version? What is that? Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this review. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Hit that bell button to know when I go live, or when I upload a new video, or go live, or like make a live notification, all that stuff. And share this with your friends. Get the word out for me, please. Please, I need the help. Anyways, I love you guys. All of you have a great night. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Kill. Threat destroyed.